How to win friends and influence people. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they don't understand people. They work harder, speak louder, try to prove they're right, and still feel ignored, misunderstood, and stuck. What if the real problem isn't your skill, your intelligence, or your effort? What if it's the way you connect with others? Today's summary reveals the hidden rules of human behavior that quietly control success, influence, leadership, and relationships. Rules most people violate every single day without realizing it. Stay with me, because once you understand these rules, the way people respond to you will change permanently. Smooth pause.
The book we're exploring today is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. First published in 1936, this book has sold over 30 million copies worldwide. It has shaped leaders, entrepreneurs, teachers, salespeople, and everyday individuals for nearly a century. And here's the important part. The world has changed, but human nature hasn't. People still want the same things today as they did back then. They want to feel important. They want to be understood. They want to be respected. This book doesn't teach manipulation. It teaches understanding. It solves a problem many listeners feel deeply but struggle to name. Why do some people seem naturally influential while others are constantly overlooked? Why do arguments damage relationships instead of solving problems? Why does being right often lead to being alone? This book answers those questions by teaching timeless principles of human connection. Not tactics, not tricks, principles. If you've ever felt unheard, undervalued, or frustrated by people, this book was written for you.
Let's break this book into 4 powerful core lessons. Lesson 1. Never attack ego. The first and most important lesson is simple. People do not respond well to criticism. When you criticize someone, you don't change their mind, you activate their defense. Most people believe they are right, even when they are wrong, even when evidence proves otherwise. So when you criticize, blame, or complain, the person doesn't listen. They protect their ego. Repeat this idea in another way. You cannot win an argument by attacking someone's pride. You can only lose influence. This matters because influence depends on trust, and criticism destroys trust faster than almost anything else. In everyday life, this shows up everywhere, at work, in relationships, in family conversations. When you focus on being right, you sacrifice being effective, and effective communication is always more powerful than winning. Lesson 2. Appreciation is a superpower. The second lesson is just as powerful. People crave appreciation more than money, more than praise, more than advice. Most people feel invisible. They work hard, try their best, and feel unnoticed. When you sincerely appreciate someone, you give them something rare. You make them feel seen. This does not mean flattery. Flattery is empty. People sense it. Appreciation is specific, genuine, and honest. When you appreciate others, something interesting happens. They listen more. They cooperate more. They trust you more. Repeat this idea. Appreciation unlocks influence. Criticism locks it away. This matters because influence grows when people feel valued, not controlled, not corrected, valued. Smooth transition.
Lesson 3. Talk in terms of their interests. Here is a truth most people ignore. People are always listening to one station. What's in it for me? This isn't selfishness, it's human nature. When you speak only about what you want, people tune out. When you speak about what matters to them, people lean in. This lesson applies everywhere, in leadership, in parenting, in friendships, in business. If you want someone's attention, speak to their desires, not your demands. Repeat this core idea. Influence grows when you align with another person's interests, not when you force your own. This matters because persuasion is not pressure, it's alignment. Smooth pause.
Lesson 4. Make people feel important. This lesson ties everything together. Every person you meet wants to feel important. Not superior, important. When people feel important, they open up. They cooperate. They respect you. When they feel dismissed, they shut down. Making people feel important doesn't require power or status. It requires attention, listening fully, remembering names, acknowledging effort. Repeat this idea. People remember how you make them feel, not what you say. This matters because long-term influence is emotional, not logical. And emotions are shaped by respect. Now let's talk about how to apply this today. If you apply this today, start with one mindset shift. Stop trying to win interactions. Start trying to understand. Most people ignore this, but listening is more influential than speaking. When someone talks, resist the urge to interrupt. Resist the urge to correct. Resist the urge to relate it back to yourself. This is where real change begins, when people feel heard. In conversations, replace criticism with curiosity. Instead of saying, "You're wrong," ask, "Help me understand your view." At work, look for one opportunity each day to sincerely appreciate someone. Not exaggerated, not dramatic, specific and real. In relationships, speak in terms of shared goals instead of demands. Not "you should," but "what if we..." And everywhere you go, practice making people feel important. Use names, give attention, acknowledge effort. These actions seem small, but repeated daily, they compound. Repeat this truth. Influence is built quietly, one interaction at a time.
Here's the core takeaway. You don't influence people by overpowering them. You influence people by understanding them. When you stop attacking ego, start appreciating effort, speak to interests, and make people feel important, your relationships change, your conversations change, your opportunities change, your life changes. If this summary helped you, subscribe for daily audiobook summaries designed to sharpen your mindset and elevate your influence. And next, continue this journey by listening to our summary of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, a powerful follow-up on leadership, character, and personal mastery. Stay calm, stay intentional, and remember, the way you treat people determines the way the world responds to you. Smooth fade out.